Let this be said and heard for the last time. How much have you spent this year trying to make your brand look the way it is in your head? Photographers, videographers, editors, studio time, and then you post it and get few likes from people that already knows you and wonder why it is not moving the needle. Well, here is what you might have not heard. The brands getting the most attention right now are not necessarily spending the most money. They are using tools that most brands doesn't know about or are too intimidated to try. Today, we're fixing that. I'm going to show you the 5 free AI tools that are changing what's possible in brands or for brands in 2026. And I'm going to be specific about exactly why each one matters and not just what it does. Stay with me, this is worth your time. Quick one before we dive in. My name is AJ Immaculate and we are AUP Digital Africa, a creative marketing agency based in Abuja, and we exist for one reason: to help African businesses stop being the best kept secrets in their industry. We have sat across from founders with incredible product, brilliant services, and real results who were completely invincible because their content did not reflect the quality of what they are actually doing. That gap between how good you are and how you show up is exactly what we close. This channel is where we share everything we know. No gatekeeping. If it helps you build something real, we're putting it out here. Like, follow, and share this with someone building a brand right now. You just might change their whole trajectory today. Now, before we go into the list, I want to say something really important. A lot of people are scared of AI tools. Either they feel like it is too complicated or they feel like using it is more like cheating, like it means the work isn't really theirs anymore. I want to put that to rest right now. A carpenter who uses a power drill instead of a hand drill is not less of a carpenter. They are a smarter one. These tools do not replace your vision, your taste, or your understanding of your audience. They just remove the technical financial barriers that were standing between your idea and the screen. The brands that are winning are not the ones with the biggest budgets. They are the ones who figured out how to execute faster and smarter. So let's get into it. Number 5 on our list is PixVerse. And I want to start here because this one solves a problem that almost every small business in Nigeria, every small business owner in Nigeria has faced at some point. You have a great product. You just don't always have the budget for a full video shoot to show them properly. PixVerse takes a single still photo or image and turns it into a living, moving video. And I don't mean it adds a cheap zoom effect or lazy pan. I mean, the fabric on your clothing design, your clothing product, actually shifts. The steam actually rises from your food. The room in your real estate listing actually feels like someone is walking through it for the first time. PixVerse gives you a reason for people to stop scrolling that static image. Simply cannot. Number 4, Meta AI. And this is specifically for people who have tried several AI tools and hit the wall. Here's what happens with most free AI tools, AI platforms. You get excited, you start experimenting, you find your footing, and then out of nowhere, you have hit your generation limit for the month. The tool that was helping you build momentum has just cut you off. And the only way forward is to pay. Meta AI is different because it is genuinely generous with the access in a way that most competitors are not. So what that means for you is consistency. And consistency, showing up regularly with content, is the single thing that separates brands that grow online from brands that plateau. I have seen businesses post 5 incredible pieces of content, and then go silent for 3 weeks because they ran out of budget or bandwidth. Meta AI removes that excuse. You can stay active, stay visible, and stay in front of your audience without rationing your creativity. For e-commerce brands especially, if you have a catalog of product images, you now have a catalog of video content waiting for you. Number 3 is Grok VRX. Let me tell you why this one matters that most reviews miss. There's a specific feeling that happens when you watch an AI-generated content, and something is just slightly off. The physics don't look right. The light doesn't behave the way light actually behaves. Something moves in a way your brain just registers this is fake, even if you can't articulate what exactly it is. And that feeling kills trust, especially for brands. Because if your content looks artificial, the subconscious question your audience starts asking is, what else about this brand isn't real? Grok handles environmental realism more than anything else at this level. Wind moves the way wind should move. Reflections behave correctly. Objects interact with your surroundings in a way that genuinely feels believable. And for product brands, this is enormous. You can show your product in real-world environments, outdoors, in a kitchen, on a desk, in someone's hands, without a single physical shoot. For architecture and real estate, you can show how a space will feel with natural light at different times of day before construction is even finished. When your content feels real, people start to trust what you're saying. And that is not small. Number 2 is Luma Dream Machine. And this one is, honestly, it is my personal favorite for one reason: speed. Here is something we have noticed working with founders and creatives. The gap between actually having an idea and executing it is where most content goes to die. By the time you have booked the shoot, briefed the videographer, waited for the edit, and goes through 2 rounds of revisions, you have just lost the moment. The trend moved. The conversation moved. Your audience has already seen 5 brands talk about the same thing. Well, Luma Dream Machine collapses that gap dramatically. You describe what you want. You upload a reference if you have one. And within minutes, you have something to look at, react to, and refine. Not a finished product necessarily, but something tangible that you can actually make decisions about. For agencies pitching clients, this is a game changer. Instead of standing in a boardroom describing a vision and imagine or hoping the client's vision or imagination meets yours halfway, you show them. You make it real. You make it real before anyone has agreed to anything. That shift from explaining to showing changes everything. Changes how clients feel about your ideas every time. And at number 1, Runway Gen-4.5. I want to be careful how I say this because I don't want it to sound like marketing language. But there is genuinely no other free tool right now that produces output that looks like this. We're not talking content that looks pretty good for AI. We're talking about footage that, if you don't know it was generated, would assume it came from a professional production with a proper camera operator, lighting setup, and a post-production team. The depth of field is intentional. The camera movement feels like a decision was made, not an algorithm running. The way light falls on surfaces looks like someone actually thought about it. For brands where visual perception is everything, fashion, hospitality, luxury goods, architecture, this completely changes your options. You no longer need to save up for a production budget before your brand can look the way it deserves to look. You can show up at that level right now with a good idea and the right tool. And for creators building a personal brand, you can create original visual worlds entirely from your imagination that feel like something nobody has seen before. The gap between a small brand and a big one has never been smaller. Runway is a huge reason why. I have to be straight with you here because this might be the most important part about this entire video. These 5 tools are genuinely powerful, but we have watched brands pick up tools like this, generate beautiful content, post it consistently, and still not grow, still not convert, still not see results that match the effort. And the reason is always the same. The content looked good, but it did not say anything. There was no clear message, no real understanding of who they are talking to, no emotional thread that made someone watching this say, "This brand, they get me." A stunning video of your product means nothing if the person watching it doesn't understand why it matters for their lives. Tools makes you faster, strategy makes you effective, and you need both. But most businesses are focusing on just one. That is the honest reason why AUP Digital Africa exists. Not just to help you make things look good, but to help you figure out what to say, who to say it to, and how to make you say it in a way that makes people feel something and do something. And if this video helps you see things differently today, like it, follow our page, and share it with one person who is building something right now. You might just be the reason they figure things out. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.